Welcome back everyone, it is Anne and today I want to show you how easy it is to create a personalized style program for a client. Now the first thing you would do is you would log into your dashboard, and that's something that you get when you become a member, and you would have downloaded your measurement sheet or your data sheet, and that would be from the resources area. Now once you've done that, you go to the bottom half of your admin and here you'll see My Private Stylist is highlighted. Now what that means is that when My Private Stylist is highlighted, the area at the base here all relates to My Private Stylist. Should we highlight Men of Style, then this would all relate to Men of Style. So going back to My Private Stylist, you would go down to the area that says Create and you would go Program for a Client. I've pre-populated this page just to make it a bit quicker to show you. The first page obviously is where you just put in their details. Now a couple of things that are important on this page. The email address. Now that is their username. So you want to make sure that's correct, because when the program's created, it's going to automatically send them an email with their username and details on it. The password is something I usually create that's quite easy on the day. So for example, I might use their surname and their zip code, and then they can go and change that later if they wish to in their account settings. It is not recorded in your admin, so you'll never see their password once it's recorded. Once you've done this page, you're ready to put in their measurements and assessment. Now, two things to know here. You can put in measurements and you would use the measurement form and assess the client as we would teach you how to do if you become a member. That is going to be, I feel, the most accurate way to do things because the program's been set up to work on measurements. However, I know that there are times where you haven't got the time or you're not paid enough money to measure the clients and you just want to look at them and say what their body shape is and their neck length and so forth. And so if that's what you want to do, you would go over here and select the area that says values. Once you do that, when you go over to the body shape and types, then all you have to do is select each of the values that you believe the client has and move on. Now, if you want to do measurements, you make sure the body calculator button is clicked. You fill in the client details and you either press next or you go to physical parameters. Now, at this point, it's important to know that it is defaulted to metric. So if you are assessing a client in imperial measurements, then you definitely need to click over and make sure it knows that. So I'm just going to put in some made up details. And when you've done that, click next. Then we come to the prominent features page, and if the client has any of these figure challenges, you would put them in. And we'll teach you how to know when you should put them in. For example, if you were going to put the client has a large stomach, it needs to be large enough to hold the hem of a garment up in the front, say a skirt or a dress. But you'll learn that once you join with us. If they don't have any prominent features, then don't worry about it. You can leave this page blank. Once you're ready, you press Calculate. Now at this point, it is telling you what the program is going to say the client is. Balanced vertical type, horizontal type is rectangular, long neck length, and so forth. Now at this point, there are three overrides. The first and most important one is the horizontal type, because our measurements are taken linear. That means that they're straight, the body is round. So in most cases, it's still going to be correct. However, if you imagine you're looking at a client from directly above them, so from the ceiling down onto the top of my head, down through my body, you will notice that some clients are wide side to side and narrow back to front, while others are wide from back to front and narrow side to side. And so sometimes, about 25% of the time, what the program is saying they are and what you're seeing is different. In some circumstances, you need to change it. And a good example is someone who the computer measures out to be a triangle, but when you look at them, they're clearly a rectangle. Their bottom will be further out at the back, so they're going to be somebody who's deeper rather than wider, and that's a good example of how it can change. Now if you need to change it, all you do is go to the screen and drop down these and select the one that you believe it should be. You can also change the weight and the bone structure. Once you've done that, all you need to do is press the button Create Portfolio, and as soon as you do, you'll be delivered to the program. So it's as easy as that. Once you know what you're doing, it should take no more than about 2 minutes. That's Anne. See you next time.